Hey admins, how we doing out there? No video last week, so this one's going to be a little bit longer. Sorry, got quite a bit of information to get out there though. This past weekend was the state officers meeting in Indianapolis, and a lot of good business took place there. Got a lot done, and a lot of information to get out too. Some of that you'll be hearing more in October at the state convention in October, which will be at the Wyndham. You'll be getting registration forms out probably to you late August, early September. Also, the district presidents were giving the raffle tickets for both the Super 50/50 and the $500 gift cards that the association will be raffling off. And along with the flyers, those were handed out to district presidents, and they should be passing that out very soon, probably either at a upcoming district meeting or they may be dropping them off to the lodges as soon as possible. Remember, it is your duty to sell those before convention, and any unsold tickets should be turned back in as well. They do keep track of those tickets. Hopefully you'll be able to sell all of them in advance though. Also, the association is going to do a couple of contests that are going to be kind of exciting. So, and we'll talk about more in October, but I'll go ahead and get them out a little bit now. The details on this one are not quite set in stone yet, but it's basically going to be this premise. So the executive board wants to have a cookout party that they're going to personally put on for the lodge at the end of the year that has the highest retention, and also be rewarding the district with the overall best retention as well. Again, more details will be coming out about that. Another contest that they're doing for lodges, which is pretty exciting actually. We're going to be giving away 2 trips to the Bourbon Trail after the end of this moose year. They will be paying for 2 lodges, one up north and one down in the south, for 2 volunteers or paid employees, doesn't matter, and their guests to go on the Bourbon Trail. The association will be setting up 2 nights down there, taking them to dinner. We're going to visit some of the distilleries down there, and when we visit those distilleries, we're going to be doing some education on bourbon, so that way they're learning about some liquors, can take that knowledge back to their lodge. So it's a educational and fun trip, so it's a little bit of both. The way that contest is going to run, it's going to run from May 1st of this year, so it's already started, till April 30th of next year. What we will be tracking is 3 things that we want to promote in the lodge, 2 being more responsible when it comes to social quarters operations and business operations. It will be the combination of these 3 things. So it'll be the lodge with a combination of the lowest cost of goods sold for beer and liquor. So keeping your costs down, your pours right, not letting free drinks or overpouring happening going on. The biggest increase over the year before in social quarters sales, and that'll be a percentage also. So it's not, so small lodges will have just the same amount of advantages as the large lodges. It's going to be a percentage, not an overall dollar increase. And they'll also be giving the third aspect of that contest is the lodge with the highest preferred members. And again, remember, preferred members are someone who in the last year has sponsored a member. We're getting too often when we're getting administrators or bartenders that are getting all those, and some of them I'm sure they deserve, and that's nice, and we know some people just walk in the door sometimes, but what we're having is people are bringing in friends, and then they're members, and they should be the one signed up their friend, and they didn't. The bartender or admin takes those. We want to make sure that's getting spread around to more of our members, because first of all, we want them to get Moose Rewards, and we're going to be promoting Moose Rewards a lot more, especially this fall at convention. We're going to have a table set up just for that. So we want the preferred member percentage to be higher. Again, we're always hitting for a number of 7% in the lodges, and last year the association was just a little over 5%, so we're not quite hitting that preferred member number. We got to spread some of those sponsorships around. Also, just back to regular business. In lodges, we need to make sure we're getting 990s turned in. As of this past weekend, it was reported that only 10 lodges have turned their 990 reports into the 990 chairman. Now, I know there are some more lodges out there that have done their 990s, but have not turned them in. We use that as a safety net, so make sure you're turning those reports in. Your 990 form, all he needs is the electronic confirmation number, or the top page, print that off one way or the other, and that goes to the 990 chairman Rusty Shields. We need to be working on that. Lodges, don't wait till the last minute on your 990s. We've got just a little more than a month now before the deadline. There is no need to be filing extensions. It's ridiculous when we have this many months to get it done. You have from May 1st until September 15th to get those turned in. So we need to be working on that. Several lodges, either use a CPA, and some of the other lodges have been using the efile.org website and have been having success with that. I don't care, as long as you guys feel comfortable doing those forms, doing it online yourself. But again, we encourage CPAs to be doing them. So if you have any questions on that, please get a hold of me. Also, there is a flash drive that I'll be giving out to my lodges. We collected them at convention. Some of you a handful of you already have them. Dan made the mistake of leaving them in Florida, and an state officer picked them up and brought them back. So now I do have them. So they're behind a little bit. That's my fault. That flash drive, though, is for all lodges to keep in their office. It has a lot of information on it. It has the new general laws on it. It has the new dispensation forms on it that say president and administrator. And if you're using the old form that says, governor or senior regent on it, don't be using that anymore. Use the newer form. It also has the orientation video on it, so you don't have to go and buy it. It's already on the flash drive. You can put it in the computer and let it run. It runs about 27 minutes. That's all it takes for your orientation. Show them that video. They'll get a good idea about what Moose is, what Moose Heart and Moose Haven is, and then you fill them in on the rest of the stuff. Drawings, what you do in your lodge, what you do in your local community. But we want to make sure we're doing those orientations. If we can make a new member understand from the get-go what a lodge is about and the charity, what they do, we have a better chance of keeping them in retention and having them pay their dues in the future. Also, you guys may have seen an email sent out from Moose International, actually, that regards to Ohio and Virginia with their reporting to gaming. That doesn't affect Indiana, but again, I do always remind everybody that, we have many lodges that are not running profitable social quarters, and they're relying on their gaming to support many of their functions, whether it be the electricity or, all the other things that you can pay out of gaming, which is fine. It's still perfectly legal. That could change one day. Again, it's happened in Pennsylvania and Ohio. It looks like Virginia's going to be changing that way. We never know that at some point the state may say that all of our charity money has to go to charity, or a percentage. If half your charity gaming money has to go to charity, can your lodge survive? We need to make sure that our social quarters are running profitably without gaming. Again, we harp on that all the time, and I know everybody wants a cheap beer and they don't want to pay for this and they don't want to pay for that, but it is a business and we need to make sure those are running right. Again, I have no knowledge of Indiana changing right now, but you never know when that might change. So we need to make sure that our social quarters are running profitably. That's all I have for this week. I did keep it under 10 minutes, so good. I have a lot more for you next week. Y'all have a good week. Take care.